Alright guys, this is going to be episode 3. I'm recording this very late at night, but we have a big change. Okay, so let's take off the movies that we already know. And we will start with, I got a Blu-ray copy of the Lego Movie. I had already have it right there, but now I can count this movie as watched instead of this, because this is a collection. I haven't watched the second one yet. Nothing has changed right there. I have this one. I just got these 4. They are in a bundle. They're all there. I have not reviewed or watched any of these yet. The next thing I got is Fast and Furious 8 movie collection. I'm not sure how good this is going to be, but it's Fast and Furious. We got Jimmy Neutron, The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, the complete series, which will be pretty fun to review. That'll take a while. We got Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. That one's new. Let's get rid of these 2. We got Detective Pikachu. Then we have Pokemon Black and White 4 movie collection. Every single one of those is in there. We have SpongeBob, the movie collection, with both of those. And then we have Scooby-Doo 1 and 2 collection. I can't show my face on YouTube anymore because it restricts, nobody can comment, which sucks. But I have done a review. I can do a review of both of these movies now because I finished them. This is my first time ever watching Megamind. That's a really good movie. And I've seen Monsters vs. Aliens before, and it's still a really good movie. So I'll be doing a review on that pretty soon. I actually have Puss in Boots, number 1 and 2. That one's actually playing right now, so I'll have to go back to that pretty soon. That's why that wasn't included over here. I think everything else is included, though. Let's see here. We can get on to the review right about now. Alright guys, this is my review of Megamind. This is one of the all-time classics of DreamWorks and just kids' films in general. This was my first time ever watching it, which is very surprising, but this is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Everything in the movie was just perfect. Animation was good. Story was just excellent. And it was just amazing. Like, the sound was good and everything. I would probably have to give this movie a 9 out of 10. It is just so perfect in every which way, in shape and form, that it's just amazing and excellent and great. Alright, this is my review of Monsters vs. Aliens. It is another all-time DreamWorks classic. So, just by that, you can tell it's going to be a great movie. The story is really good. It only has a few worser moments. Not a bad moment, like ever. Bob is basically the greatest character in all of fiction, aside from a few other people. The story is just really good. The animation for its time is just really good. You know, it came in a bundle pack with Megamind, which won't count to the review, but that was also really cool. They used a scene of the movie for the menu, which brought it down a little bit, but nothing much at all. Probably not even a point down, because it's just such a good movie. They also have, it's a side movie. It's like Bob's Birthday or something, which I also have that one, but not here right now. I didn't include it over here because it's technically not a movie, but I might do a review on that later because it's only 14 minutes long, so it'll probably be, if I only have, like, 2 reviews in, like, probably whenever you guys are seeing this, I'll probably have about 3, maybe 4, but right now I only have 2, so I might have to review that one, which I'm not sad about or anything, but it will probably be used as a filler thing for next time. So that's that. And that was that was my review of Monsters vs. Aliens. Guys, the reviews are not over. I think I said this, but reviews are not over. That was just 2 of them. There's a lot more to go. Just wanted to put this in. It's time for cat time now. Kitty cat time. Kitty cat. Yep, it's a kitty cat sitting on my chair. So I can't sit down. But he is a kitty cat. And he's sleeping. He's a very cute kitty cat, too. That was kitty cat time. Alright, back to the movie reviews. No more kitty cat time. Alright, guys, this is my review of Puss in Boots. I would say, just instantly, this movie is probably a 7 out of 10. It's one of the better Shrek universe ones. It's probably around Shrek 1 and Shrek 2, because those are both of my favorites. The art style is just like the other Shrek movies, so if you've seen those, then you know exactly what you're looking at. The story is really good. You know, spoilers for the movie real quick. Actually, no, we won't do spoilers, so I don't want to do that. Sorry, my dog's messing around in the background, and my cat's sitting on a chair, so I have to be standing up. So, these reviews are going to be a little bit weird for Puss in Boots and then Puss in Boots Last Wish. But, like I said, the soundtrack is pretty good. And then the story is really good. The story itself is like an 8 out of 10. But I won't be, that's not like a separate thing. That's like a separate, that's not a thing that I'm doing. It's just like the movie overall, which is about an 8 out of 10. That was my review of Puss in Boots. Alright, guys, this is my review of Puss in Boots The Last Wish, which I just watched this one, so it's fresh in my brain. First thing I will have to say that will critique it a little bit is that some of the jokes are pretty bad. Like, not all of them or anything, but some of the jokes are just not very funny to me. Like, they'd probably be funny to, like, 25-year-olds or, like, 40-year-olds or something. Probably more 40-year-olds. But for me, they're just not that funny, some of the jokes. But the story is just really good. And also something about the bears and stuff, those guys, they're kind of annoying sometimes. Like, they're like, oh no, this is too hard, too soft, and this is just right. They do that a lot, like, a lot. I think they do it, like 7 times throughout the whole movie. It's just, gets a little bit tiring, but that's just the bad things out of the way. The story is just excellent. Art style is just beautiful. Just pure beautiful. I like how they do Death as a character. That's just really cool. And then the whole, like, story and everything is just, like I said, it's just perfect. And then Puss in Boots song is just, it's really good. I'll say that. This movie's probably 9 out of 10. You know, because I'm not going to give anything a 9 out of 10 unless it's like a cinematic masterpiece that is the best movie I've ever seen, which it's not, so it's still a 9. So that was my review of Puss in Boots The Last Wish. Alright, guys, this is the second part in the third video. Sorry for that voice crack there. This is technically the second day of the third video because I was too lazy to finish it off yesterday. But we have 4 new movies, all of which I did watch, so we can all review. First one, Spider-Man No Way Home. Next one, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. The next one is Despicable Me 4. And the final one is Pixels. Those are the 4 movies that I was able to pick up today at a yard sale. So I would say this is an insanely good, like, little collection right here. Because all these movies are just great movies that I would definitely just overall just recommend to anybody to watch them. But I guess let's hop over to these reviews. Alright, guys, this is my Spider-Man No Way Home review. First thing, spoilers. Definite spoilers. I'm gonna give it my rating right now. so that if you don't want to hear the spoilers, you can just hear the rating. 8 out of 10. Alright, now let's get into that. Why? Spoilers ahead. I hate how Aunt May's death is done. She stands up after a bomb goes off pretty close to her, enough to kill a normal human, probably. And then she stands up, she's talking, she's acting fine, and then she just collapses. And she just starts bleeding. I just don't like how that's done. Like, if a bomb goes off next to me, I think I'm not gonna stand up, act fine, and then collapse. I'm gonna collapse, and then she should have been collapsed, and then he walk over there, and then, help her. Another thing that I don't like is that the other two Spider-Men act like they've been there for weeks. They just act way too comfortable there. They don't even act surprised that they're in a complete different universe. But with those negatives aside, I like that Doctor Strange is in this movie a lot, because he's just a really cool character overall. Another thing is I just love the whole gimmick of every Spider-Man and almost every Spider-Man villain just coming there. I just think that's really cool. Something I don't really like is that, they cured Green Goblin. Well, he got sent back. 2 seconds later, he gets impaled and dies in his own universe. So, that kind of sucks. So, I don't really know what the point there was. Oh, yeah, I get, curing Sandman or something, but curing Green Goblin is just pointless, because he's gonna die as soon as he gets back to his homeworld. And then the other dude, I'm pretty sure the electric guy, I'm pretty sure he dies by the sounds of it, because I haven't watched the Amazing Spider-Mans. I haven't really watched that many movies, now that I think about it, really at all. I know I watched the entire Spider-Man trilogy a long time ago, but I'm gonna try to find the other two. So I knew what was happening in this one, roughly. I haven't really watched very many Marvel movies, which kind of sucks. But the CGI in this movie is, perfect. It's really, really good. But, you can always expect that from a high-budget Marvel movie, aside from some of the newer ones that came out. But, it's just a really good movie overall. It goes on for a little bit longer than I would like, but, it's just a really good movie. That was my review of Spider-Man No Way Home. 8 out of 10, remind you. I think I said that, yeah. 8 out of 10. Alright, this is my review of Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. First thing that I gotta say, perfect. Every which way. Spoilers for the movie ahead. I'll give my review right now. 9 out of 10. This movie is just really funny. I watched it before, a long time ago, but I don't remember, sitting down and watching the movie completely, so there's a lot of new scenes for me, and it's just such a good movie. I don't know why they haven't made a second one, because this movie did really good, and I get that, because it's such a good movie. The only thing that I can really point out that I don't like is that the puppet scenes, whenever they're sock puppet, I don't like that. But that's my only thing wrong with it. Aside from that, this movie is just so good. Just super good. And I guess the only really reason I can say why it's so good is because the graphics on it are really good, and then it's just a really funny movie. So, okay. I don't know why that fell. But yeah, definitely a 9 out of 10. That was my review of Captain Underpants, the first movie. Alright, here's my review of Despicable Me 4. I might have said that twice, but I don't think it was recording the first half, so too bad. This is just a really good movie just to put down whenever you want to laugh. If you just want to laugh, just watch this movie. Like, it's just fun. It's just fun. That's, like, the really big way of explaining it. It's just a fun movie to watch. You know, the Minions, I wish the Mega Minions were in a little bit more. But, you know, because they only get, like, one or two really big scenes. Which I wish that was more. But aside from that, this movie's just really funny. You know, the jokes hit. The story in it isn't bad at all. I just realized that you can see my reflection from the DVD case. That is insane. You can see my hair. And you can also see the way I'm holding my phone. But, yeah. The mini movies in it, I'm also going to count those, like, in with the movie. The mini movies are just really cool. I like the Game Over and Over one, I think that's called. That one was just really funny. I could definitely watch that again, probably a bunch. And then the one where he's in, like, a repeating time thing, that one's also really funny. I'm trying to do the section without any spoilers, because I don't want to do spoilers for you guys. I'd give this movie a... I don't have this stuff written down, I don't have a script or anything, but... probably an 8, because I don't want to give everything a 7, 8, and 9. But, like, I can't really give it a 10, because that means it's, like, one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Which it's not, but it's a really good movie. So, yeah, about an 8. So, yeah. That was my review of Despicable Me 4. Alright, guys, this is my review of Pixels. First thing I'm going to say, which is probably going to put down the score quite a bit, is that half of this movie is just making fun of gamers, because it's like, they're nerds. That's like half of the movie. And then Adam Sandler throws in a lot of his cheesy voice lines, just randomly. But aside from that, it's a pretty good movie. You know, there's a few jokes that just really don't hit, like the centipede guy dancing. No, it's not dancing. It's the yoga thingy. I don't know what that's called, but it wasn't funny. It was just really cringy. But aside from that, it has a really good story, you know. The actors is just stacked. They have, like, you can see it on the cover of the movie. It's just a stacked roster of actors. Like, I think every single actor in this movie is just, like, perfect. Like, the big main characters. Which, that's really good for that, you know, like, Adam Sandler movies are always really fun to watch. It's a really good movie, but like I said, the half of the movie's just being, like, gamers are nerds. Which, just, like, okay. That's not really true, but okay. A lot of gamers are, like, the exact opposite of that. They're like, they're not very nerdy. So I'd probably have to give this movie a 6 out of 10. I think this is the lowest movie I've ranked this whole series so far, and we're on episode 3.5. I'm gonna call that's what this part is. And 6 out of 10 is what this movie gets. It's a good movie. I'm not gonna say if you have it, go watch it right now or anything. But if you wanna watch an Adam Sandler movie, and you wanna watch a movie about retro games, then go ahead, watch Pixels. It's not terrible or anything, but it does definitely stereotype gamers a lot. Like I said, but aside from that, like, the ending was really cool. I'm not gonna say what it's about or anything, but that's just a really cool ending. The bigger fight scene is also really cool. I'm being very vague here because if somebody wants to see this, I don't want to spoil it for them. But I think it's like a $4 movie on most places. So, like, if you have, like, $4 to blow, or you have, like, $10, and you're like, okay, I kind of want a cheesy comedy with Adam Sandler and just a bunch of cool actors, then you can get Pixels. Like, it's I'm not saying to go buy it right now if you see it at Walmart. I wouldn't pay anything over $7 for this movie. Like, that's the maximum limit I would ever pay on this movie. And it would have to be like a special edition that has a DVD, Blu-ray, digital copy, and then like a voucher to get me, I don't know, like a free drink at Starbucks, because I don't even go to Starbucks, so I'd probably just give that to my sister. But, you know, that's like, yeah. So that was my review of Pixels. Alright, here's the ending of... Okay, I just heard a motorcycle just speeding down the not my driveway, but the road. Wow, that dude was going fast. But this is... the first half of this video, it cut out, I don't know where all my movies went. These are the movies that I got today, so I just watched these because I don't know where the others went. I'm gonna go look for them, so they'll probably be in the next episode, but I know where the ones I got done with are at, because I have a little section for that, but I don't know where the other ones are at. I just kind of lost them, so they're all together in one area, but I don't exactly know where at the moment, so I'm gonna have to go look for those really quickly after I make this. But this should be the end of episode 3, unless I just say screw it, I'm making this a 30 to 40 minute long episode that nobody's gonna watch more than 10 minutes of, which I probably won't do that, but there's probably not gonna be any editing in this whole thing at all, because I don't feel like going through 30 minutes of editing just to cut out a few mistakes that I did. So, this is just what we got with right now. So that's why I'm just showing these off. I'll just kind of put them out real quick so that they're easier to see. I think that's a bug leg right over there. That's kind of gross. I don't know how that got there. These are the 4 that I got today. Definitely a really good selection, like I said earlier. Despicable Me 4, really good movie. Pixels, it's okay. Spider-Man No Way Home, just a really good movie. And then Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, also really good. I think I got all these for like $10 or so. Yeah, I think about $10 for all these, which that's just really good, because this movie, Despicable Me 4, isn't that old. I think it's like 2 years old now, maybe, yeah. And then Captain Underpants is just really good. Spider-Man No Way Home just also really good. And then Pixels is just kind of like I saw it, looked kind of cool, and it's there now. So this should be the end of episode 3. Hint, hint, I don't know. I'll see tomorrow, because that'll probably be whenever this video gets posted, because right now it was Sunday whenever I was recording this, so it'll probably be posted sometime on Monday. So, like I said again, this should be the end of episode 3, and I think I said this in the first half, but I can't put my face in the videos anymore, because YouTube just says, we're turning off comments, because we think you're a minor. They think I live in the mines. That was not a Minecraft reference, before anybody says that. Not a Minecraft reference. But, so, none of the videos can have my face in it now. Unless I wear, like, some weird hockey mask thing, and I'm not going to do that, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm going to, like, hypnotize you into sending me your movies. But, I guess by then, this should be the final part of episode 3. I hope I don't get lazy, because I just need to compile, like, roughly 9 clips, maybe 10. So that shouldn't take that long, CapCut. And I gotta make a cover for this, so then I gotta find all the movies that I got. That's gonna be a little bit hard to do. But, goodbye. Guys, this is a future me clip. I found all the movies. They were hidden behind a box. So, yeah. Don't worry, they're not gone. They'll be in the thumbnail. So, this isn't including the 4 that I got today, but this is where they were at. So tomorrow, I'm definitely gonna watch a lot of movies. Bye.